Hello and good morning and welcome to day 11 of the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. And just to speed things up a bit, I've actually put all these characters on one plate today, although it does make Photoshoot afterwards a bit awkward, so I might not do this tomorrow. But just for today, we've got all of the ones we've done so far, including our friend yesterday, which again I can't remember his name, so I have to rediscover his name and get that in my head, because I know R2-D2, I know all the main characters, but the newer characters I'm not always familiar with, so I need to learn to memorize these new names. Anyway, that was all yesterday's one, so without further ado, let's get into today's. So let's shift these guys over the side. And day 11 is right here in the forest. Oh, now this is not, we haven't had ever before. We've had many versions of this, so this is another version of this same thing. So it'd be interesting to see which version of this ship it is. I'm not going to say what it is, I'll let you figure it out. I mean, from looking at the picture I'm seeing, it's pretty obvious what it is. I'll pull that to one side, so we've got a plain area. Get a little grey plate. This has been so useful, this thing. And I'm going to try and learn to do these a bit faster. I mean, I take my time with them, but they're only small builds, and time is limited. So it would be nice to actually have, you know, let's do a bit more expediently, I should say. So the first piece is the square, so we'll put that one on first. Let's put that bit further in. Let's put that bit further in, just so that the cameras can all pick it up a bit more clearly. Then we have, by the looks of it, this piece next. I mean, this piece will probably give it away a bit. Oops. In fact, I must admit, we haven't had this piece in this particular build, so this is a new piece. So this might change the way. I think this might make this bigger than the other ones. So I think that's where this is going to be different. Then we've got these new pieces, these new dots pieces that have started cropping up lately, and that fits there. You might, those astute of you might recognise what this might be. You might have an idea what this piece is going to be. We will have to see. Then we've got another one which should go on the other side, and then another dot in that corner. And for the sake of elimination, I'm not going to worry too much about you guessing it early, because to be fair, it's really obvious what this one is, and the middle parts are a little bit complex in terms of. Let me put this side on first. It's nice I can do this one-handed. It's awesome. Now you should know what this is by now. This should be very obvious to understand. I could be wrong, but this does feel bigger. Maybe once I've finished this calendar, I'll get the other two from the previous years where they've done this particular ship and see what difference it looks. How different it looks. That's where it's wrong. I thought there was something wrong, and I know what it is. Oops, this is slightly wrong, but for the purposes of the animation, I'm going to do the correction in the animation, which I think is going to help a lot. Okay, I'll try not to do that. That's interesting, because that should. Right, now we're figuring it out as we go along. Let's put him back. No, I don't really understand that. There must be something else that goes in there, because it's saying it goes forwards, but then it matches that. Okay, I'm not too sure what's going on here. I'm not too sure what's happening here. Alright, We will figure it out. We'll figure it out. But something's not fitting, gelling right. Once you get the other pieces in, it'll hopefully make more sense. I have a feeling that this piece is what's the deciding piece. That this piece goes here and that goes on top of it. But I could be wrong. This one is a lot more complex than I thought it was going to be. Okay, I'm just going to put that in there. Then this one, Harry goes in the middle, like that. Then we have another one. So it has two. So obviously this is the engine at the back. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that off camera. Just trying to straighten it. So I just have to straighten the back. I'm really trying to figure out which pieces go where. Okay, so this. This is a good build because it's actually challenging. In a way, it's kind of, although it's a bit frustrating, it's also quite good because it challenges you. It does challenge you. So it's not just a straight, oh yeah, easy build. It's not an easy build to put together. And unlike the normal Lego kits, as I've said, normally on a normal Lego kit you have a stage by stage build, but this one, the way they've done it is very different. It's not as simple as that. Now, see, I'm having to sort of figure out the individual pieces before I can actually get anywhere, which is interesting. I didn't expect to be spreading out like this to do this one. This is a lot more complex build than I was expecting, because I've built quite a few of these in the past, but this particular one, I can stay still. Yeah. This has definitely proven to be a bit more challenging. Not massively, so I'll figure it out. Just trying to figure out why it's not as clear cut as I thought it was going to be. Because I know what the ship is, and I think you guys know what the ship is. And in some ways, I'm kind of putting some of the same ships in this. They should need to keep it original. Okay, so that's that one. And then that. Let's take this out. Ooh. That fits underneath there. Like that. And that fits. Ah, right. Done that slightly wrong. No, hang on. Oh, I see. Right, okay. This is slightly wrong. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Wow, this one, I thought this one, I'll do this one really quick, but not to be today. The reason why this didn't work is because it's the wrong piece, because this one's slightly different. It's this piece. Don't know if you can see the difference, but it's basically reversed. It's a reversed piece, meaning that goes on that way. So we'll move this grey one out of the way and put the window on, or the cockpit I should say. Now if you haven't figured out what this ship is, you definitely will get it by now. And that fits in there somehow. but it's not fitting. Why is it not fitting? Ah, that's why it's not fitting. Because there's an extra piece that goes in there. That is right. But there's just one more piece that goes in it. Although it would have been good to have it that I could have built this straight off the bat, I think it's good that it's a bit of a challenge because it makes it makes it more value for money. Because if it was too simple, it could easily get boring, especially for the ones that are really into their Lego. I mean, I like my Lego, but I wouldn't say I'm as enthusiastic as some of the guys out there. There are guys that spend months and days and years building their Lego, and they make mocks. And I tell you what, you should check out some of the mocks on there. I believe they do it on Tumblr, but some of the mocks these guys come up with is mind-blowing. I'm not joking. Some of it I look and thinking, how on earth did you come up with that idea? How on earth did you do that? It's unfathomable. Okay, so here's where we're getting a bit stuck. Because we've got all these other pieces, and I'm trying to work out what one goes where. Okay, so this is one piece. Then this goes on top of that. It clicks in there, that way. Yeah. So that clicks in that way. I think this piece goes in the middle. Here. I just don't understand why the wings aren't out further. Sorry, this one piece goes in there if I can get it in there. Oh, did I take a picture of that actually? Did I take a picture of that? I don't think I did. Just move this one out of the way a minute. Because that goes in there. And the engine, not yet. The engine goes in a minute. We've got this part first, which goes on the back first. Ah, right, okay. I think, no, right? Right, okay, what's going on here? Because that piece definitely goes in the back. But it's this front piece, because these should be in forwards, this should be back. I will figure this out. So I'm guessing that this piece and this piece go together. I never thought that I'd come across a piece that was so frustratingly unusual that I wouldn't be able to figure it out. But this one is definitely proving to be a little more complex. And that goes in there. Followed by this piece. Yeah. That squeezes in there. Because technically that looks like it's the right design, but there's something not quite right here. Cannot figure out what it is. Because these should be forwards, there should be a gap. And I'm not quite sure why there's no gap. Alright, well let's put these two pieces on anyway. Well, these dot pieces are great, but they're very, very tiny. I think I'm going to get some tweezers, I think, because this is a little fiddly. Okay. I mean, I would almost say that this is the solo version, but I can't be 100% sure, to be quite honest. I mean, it could be, but something's not right here. Okay, well that's the ship as far as I can see. I'm gonna, off camera, I am going to try and figure out where it's gone a bit awry, because I can't, for right now I can't see what's wrong, how it's not fitting, gelling properly, because there's a big gap in the middle there. But if I move that back, then there's going to be 2 studs here, and looking at the picture, there's supposed to be only 1 stud. So something's a bit, but I will figure that one out. Oh, I forgot these are loose.